What's up YouTube? It's your boy Poke Treasure here, back at it again with a new video. In today's video, we will not be doing a pack opening and or a Pokemon Let's Play. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to sell your Pokemon cards. Pokemon right now is really hot, and if you got old cards or even new cards, let me tell you what, they are worth something. Me personally, this is kind of a side business for me right now. I'm hoping to grow it into something pretty big here in the future. But let's just say you have cards like base set Blastoise, not in the best, and this one's not even in the best of conditions, but yet it's still selling. I got a bid out actually right now on this one on my eBay page. All the way to cards like, let me pull up another one. This Venusaur is actually in pretty good condition. This is a 2002. This Blastoise was base set, so $19.99. I got a lot of base set first edition cards, so here is a Bulbasaur base set. All the way to, let me pull out this out of the sleeve, all the way to the new cards. Rainbow. This is a Rainbow Rare Flygon. So let me tell you what, any Pokemon card will sell. That just depends on how you want to do it. There's multiple different ways you can sell your cards. I personally use eBay. So today I'm just be talking about how to sell on eBay. I don't really know too much about the other stuff because I don't really focus on that. I focus on what's been working for me, and personally eBay has been absolutely working. I'm selling cards every single day, me personally, so how do you sell on eBay, right? Let me get into that first. How do you sell on eBay? You can do one of three things. You can have an auction, you can have an auction, you can do a buy it now price, or you can do offers, Me personally, I like auctions. I like having, so every single day I'm selling something, right? Every single day an item's gonna end. Typically, I like to post about 10 items a day, just so every single day, I would say most of the time, I would say 7 out of 10, sometimes even 10 out of 10 will sell, right? So I'll get 10 sales usually every single day. That's just been working for me lately. A lot of people say you do buy it now because with an auction, the buyer may not pay you, sometimes, and that does happen sometimes. Sometimes the buyer bids on it and then never pays you. So, but oh man, what happens in that situation? Honestly, you don't sweat it. You just relist the item, wait another 7 days, and usually it sells. That's just how it is. That's hit or miss sometimes. I would say probably out of 9 out of 10 maybe, or sorry, 1 out of 10 maybe won't pay you. I haven't had any people not pay me in the past couple of months. So anytime I've been doing an auction, I get paid right away. With eBay, it's weird. Sometimes you get paid right away. Sometimes you got to wait until the item gets delivered to the person. It just depends on, honestly, I really don't know how that works, actually. I'm not too familiar with why eBay does that sometimes, but they do that. So how do you sell your cards? All right. Well, first off, you got to take pictures of your cards, right? You got to take pictures of your cards. I have 4,000 or 5,000 cards right now, and I'm constantly taking pictures all the time, with selling Pokemon cards, whatever you put in is what you're gonna get out, right? How much money do you need to start with, right? Honestly, it doesn't matter. Whatever you got. If you got old cards sitting in the garage, bam, you can start with that. If you got $50, bam, you can start with $50. As long as you're making 10% of that every week, hey, that your business will grow, and it will grow pretty quick, because you're on eBay. You can find a lot of cheap stuff. A lot of times the auction's going on. Boom, 99 cents for a card that's actually worth $15. You pick those up all the time, right? That's a well over 1,000% profit right there, right? So what do you do? How do you go about just selling your cards, right? Well, I'm gonna show you. All right, so this right here is where I take all my pictures. As you can see here, Poke Treasure, and then the card, right? So here is a Houndoom from 1999 to 2000. It's in, I would say, moderate play to heavy condition, considering that there's 2 creases on the card. So in your description, you always want to make sure that you put, if there's any damages on the card, make sure it's in the description so the buyer can't have any reason to say, oh, it wasn't as described, and then get their money back, right? As long as everything is described in that eBay page, there's nothing, 9 times out of 10 you win. I've had it happen to me a couple of times where people said, oh, the card's damaged, and I have it in, I always put on my eBay listing, if a card has flaws, it has flaws, and then in the description below you list where the flaws are. You make sure that you take pictures of the flaws, right? So I would take a nice picture of that. I would take a nice picture of this, right? But, you know, all in all, cards like this still sell for a lot of money, right? If this was a mint condition card, I'm looking probably like $75 to $100, right? In this condition, I'm looking maybe $10 to $20, which is fine, right? So, like I said, your nice background, you take your pictures of it. Make sure you crop off, you know, everything other than the nice professional background, right? So when you're on eBay and you're looking around, right, you're searching for cards, right? More likely than nine times out of 10, someone's gonna click on my picture more than a picture who's just like this, right? You're holding a card and the background's not necessarily presentable, right? There's stuff everywhere or stuff like that. Got Pokemon boxes everywhere, PC just laying there, you know. What's that? Headset box just laying there, right? So like, you want a presentable background. You want a nice professional looking, which this isn't necessarily a professional looking background, but it's been doing the job for me and it works. People know who Poke Treasure are. You know, I get people all the time saving me, and then I've had tons and tons of recurring buyers, you know. As a matter of fact, I have one buyer who's bought probably like 50, 60 cards from me, you know. And that's pretty cool, right? You build a nice clientele and all that stuff, and it makes selling a lot easier. It really does. So then after you take your pictures of your card, what do you do next, right? All right, let me bring you over here to the PC so you can see what I'm doing now. So what I typically do is whenever I get new cards in or something like that, I come to this spreadsheet over here and I will put them all in a spreadsheet. You know, I go on eBay, I see what the last price selling was. So base set Blastoise and, you know, heavy play condition still went from $50 to $100, right? So I put mine up, I think, for $19.99 within 2 minutes. I got a bid on it, right? So, and then I put a buy it now for $88. Like I said, I like doing auctions just because that means I can post at least 10 things every single day, and then every single day, I would say 7 out of 10 items sell. So that means I got 7 items selling, 3 of them are going to be relisted, and then that means I got to post seven more for that day. So as long as I have 10 items going every single day, most of the time just more than $10, so it's about $100 or so a day. I call that a very, very successful day. What else is there? It's really about it. You know, you just kind of take your cards and anything you have and you put it all in a spreadsheet, put what price you're willing to get rid of your cards at, you know. With Pokemon right now, prices are kind of everywhere. Every single day, cards are selling for higher and higher and higher prices. Some days the cards will be lower. It's kind of like trading stocks, you know. Like one day you're going to be up, next day you're down. That's same with Pokemon. But you know, personally, if you're doing this as a side thing, you know, like I am, you know, don't really look at it as a business right now. You know, it's more of it's a hobby. You know, I'm 24 years old and I get more excitement now opening up Pokemon cards than I did when I was younger, just because now I know what the value of them are. You know, back when I was a kid, I was just throwing them around and getting stuff like this on my cards a lot, right? You know, a lot of like little nicks on the cards, you know. So make sure you treat your cards very well because some of them are worth a lot of money. So then, Cody, how do you sell it now? Okay, well, you come over here to eBay, right? So I do have one of these. I have which I already listed it, but I'll go ahead and show you. Now the Dragonite EX, right? Last sold for $13.50. Below it 15, below it 12.45. So you kind of judge it by that, and then you make your prediction off of it, right? So I put mine up for $12. Or actually I didn't. I actually put mine in a lot. So I have, let's see here. I sold the Blastoise already, so I have, you know, lots of EXs. So instead of trying to price them out all differently, I went ahead and looked up all the prices for them, and then I put them all in just one big lot. I took about $1 off of every single price that I saw, just so with an auction, you don't want to start already very high. You kind of want to give a little wiggle room, just so more bidders will likely bid on it. So I put the starting bid up for $40, and I put a buy it now price of $56. Um, and I'm happy with selling the cards for that price. That's just what they're going for right now. So what do? Well, I see a lot of people all the time here saying, oh, you take this title, you go over here to my eBay, and then you want to go to sell. Let's see here. See, I always use my phone, so this is going to take me a second to try to find. No, you just want to go to sell right here. What do you want to sell? And then you type in, Dragonite, Dragon, Dragonite EX, right? But it's not just Dragonite EX, right? It's a Dragonite Ultra, so Ultra Rare Gold EX, right? And then you want to make sure you put the Pokemon always have numbers on it, like, so tell you like this is Dragonite 106, 108, right? That's its number, right? So Dragonite, so like I said, 106 out of 108. This card is in no whitening at all in the back whatsoever. Same on the front. Very, very good condition. Not a single scratch on that. So this one's in mint condition. So you would go ahead and type in mint. And honestly, that's really about it. You see people with these huge titles, all this stuff. You really don't need that, right? So then you want to go ahead and go. Sell one like this. Sell one. No. Always create a new list. Your cards are always used. You never put your card as new, because that gives a buyer to say this card's not new. So 9 times out of 10, they'll get the money back out of that. So always go used. Use condition. Now this is this right here is very, very important. This right here is going to tell you right here exactly. You can see how many people are actually going to be able to see your card, right? So Dragonite features, be a full art, and cool thing about this is you can add more than just one thing. So you want to do full art. You can make your own stuff too. So full art, I'm going to do gold, ultra rare, boom, right? And then you can select multiple of them, right? So let's go ahead and do those two. Game is going to be Pokemon. Card type is a Pokemon, more recommended. Special ability, so this is an EX card. I think that's the only one you can choose for that. So EX set. I'm actually not too for sure what set. So I'm just for the sake of video, go ahead and go evolutions, age level, 4+, grade. I usually put, if it's my card's in mint condition, I'm gonna put a 10. That's not gonna tell you, a buyer can't say, oh, it's a PSA 10. Dude, look at my pictures. I clearly don't have a PSA card, so that's fine. Finish. I always, if hollow, foil, or regular, mine is a full art. I'm gonna just put full art hollow right there. Like I said, you can custom it. So attribute and colors. He's a dragon. Rarity is ultra rare. Creature or monster. I just did that. We'll just stick with dragon. Manufacturer. So you want to make sure that you put the right manufacturer on there. I don't know why they do this, but I'm pretty sure Nintendo did this one. So I'm gonna put Nintendo, which is the top one. English. Now this is also pretty important. These details down here are also pretty important. So vintage, you gotta know. And it's gonna add, there's one of them on here that's gonna ask for card condition right here. So our card condition, mine's already selected as near mint. And then honestly, I usually don't typically worry too much about this anymore, right? Other than, you have your card number, right? So like I said, you always want to make sure you have that. I think it was 106 out of 108, right? So you have that. You would go to your computer, you would add your pictures, or me personally, I use my phone. This whole entire setup you can do on your phone as well. I edit all my photos on my phone and then just phone right to eBay, right? Typically you want to add 2 or 3 good pictures of the front, with 2 or 3 good pictures of the back of the card, just to be safe. Your description, again, this is where you make sure you add, if it was, oh, my card, again, we're going to just say the card was damaged right now. So card has, let's say, crease on left bottom corner, right? First thing you want to say is look at pics, right? Card has crease on left bottom corner, and then let's just go ahead and say also it has a small scratch on the front, right? So a small scratch on front, right? And I cannot spell today. All right. So what that does right there is it tells the buyer, hey, this card has flaws in it. So if they purchase it and then it comes in and then they see that crease or they see that scratch, they can't send it back to eBay because you posted it in your description and or you took good pictures of your card and made sure you posted that on your, you make sure you posted that here, right? You make sure you post those pictures here. If the card was in mint condition, again, look at pics and say card mint condition, right? Card is in mint condition, Dragonite Ultra Rare Gold EX, right? That's really all you gotta do for the description. You don't have to add a huge description. You don't need it. Pricing. This is where it now kind of becomes up to you guys. Whatever you feel comfortable doing. Again, I told you what I do. I like to post 10 things every single day and make it a auction. Again, you don't have to do that. You can make everything a buy it now, which is actually maybe people say a little bit better. Again, me personally, I don't necessarily agree with that, just because I've had success with doing auctions. So the only time I do a buy it now price is when, let's just say, let me get just all these cards, right? So I have a lot of just old 2010 to 2000 and 1999 to 2010 right here was just a lot that I just posted out on my eBay page, right? It's an auction actually, so let me just pretend that it was an auction and I posted it as a buy it now price. Where is my Venusaur that's actually supposed to be in this lot too? Because cards is like something I want to show you guys. I have so many cards sitting here on my desk right now. Did it? Oh, yep. All right, it fell. A lot of my cards fell. All right, so Venusaur right here, right? Let's see if you can see. This Venusaur is actually in pretty rough condition. Like, this is definitely damaged. This card is 110% damaged, right? But it's still a base set Venusaur. The holo on it's actually very nice. The front of the card is actually, not terrible. The back of the card is definitely pretty bad, right? There's a couple, they got a crease right here, a little crease down here at the bottom of it. But other than that, it's really not that bad. It's pretty bad. But when you're selling cards, right, you have a nice Venusaur base set, right? And then on top of that, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 20 other base set cards that are in the best conditions. They're all medium play to heavy play to damaged. So how do I go about selling that? Well, I went ahead and I laid all my cards out over there, and I took pictures of everything, right? So this Venusaur, I took all the pictures of the damages. I have a Feraligatr in here with a nice crease down it too, right here. So even this Feraligatr right here, I don't know if the video is picking up. Yep, it has a nice crease right down there. You can even see it go through the holo. You can see the rainbow change color on that crease. So even cards like that, guys, you'd be surprised, are still selling. I put this, I think, a lot of 88 cards up for on eBay for $50 buy or starting bid. I already got a bid on it. So, and I made sure in my description I said, hey, most cards are medium play to heavy condition, with some cards being damaged. And I listed off what cards were damages. I listed off what damage was on the card, just so the buyer already knew. And I make sure all my pictures already included that too, just so the buyer already knows, like I said, so they can't tell eBay, hey, this card came in damaged. Well, it was in the listing that the card was damaged, so you should read. All right, so pricing, that's all on you. That's all depends on what you want to do. Shipping, shipping really depends, right? If I'm selling a single card, buyer will always pay shipping. If I'm selling a lot of cards, more than about $20-$30, I'll cover the shipping price, just so sometimes it looks better on, it looks better when someone's buying it. They're like, oh, cool, I ain't gotta pay that $3 for shipping, whatever. Especially if it's something like this whole entire, I bought the other day probably like 70, 80 base set first edition cards for $50. They weren't in the greatest conditions. Some were in pretty good condition. The other ones, like this Venusaur, not necessarily in the best of conditions. But I got them for a price that I was willing to pay, and something very cheap, so that I know I can make a profit off of. So like I said, just off of really the cards that I couldn't necessarily piece by themselves, right? So like certain cards, if they're only $1, they're $1.50, like something like that, kind of hard to sell just one by one, because you're not going to be making money off of that, especially if the buyer isn't paying shipping. If the buyer is paying shipping, then you made $1, right? Because eBay takes 10% of anything that you sell, so you only made about $1. So if you do a card lot like this one, like I did right here with about 88 cards in it, you'll make a big you can make a profit off of it, right? So I'm pretty sure, buy it, like I said, starting bid $50, buy it now I think was $175 or no, it was like $100 or something like that, right? Which buy it now price for $100 I think is pretty fair. But I posted it within 3 minutes. I got the first bid for $50, so that's cool. And then you just come here to list it. Something cool with eBay, your first 200 listings every month are free. The bad part about eBay is your invoices at the end of the month, especially if you're like me and you sell cards every single day. That invoice every month is going to be a pretty big bill. So you want to make sure that you're factoring that into everything that you're selling, just so you sell $1,000. You need to know, okay, cool, I'm gonna have to pay about $200 in eBay invoices. That's just how it is. So your take-home profit's only gonna be about $800. Factor in how much you spent on the cards, factor in shipping and all of that. Give or take, $800 to $600 would be your total profit. If you have, lots, right? You have tons, and I mean just tons of EXs or Vs and break cards. Like I have hundreds of them. What I did with the EXs, I took my EX cards, minus the Blast. Oh wait, these aren't EXs. Minus the Blastoise, because I had a Blastoise GX, so I just put the 2 EXs and the GX up for a bid. You have a lot like this, sell them in a lot. Price them out so individually where you want it, and then start to bid there. I've been finding a lot of success doing it that way. I don't find success starting a bid at 99 cents or $1 or $5, because then sometimes you might get screwed over, and you might just have to get rid of cards that are worth $50 for $5. So kind of start your bid, like I said, up there in price, but not full amount, right? So like I said, a little bit of wiggle room. Start the bid at something you're willing to get rid of your cards at. So like I said, for these, I started the bid at $40. I think it didn't cost me anywhere near $40 for these cards. So my profit would be pretty big on this one. Other than that, guys, just selling on eBay, that's really about it. It's not much to it. It's very simple, pretty easy. Especially if you have a lot of cards and you do it right, you do it smart. If you do auctions, like I said, me personally, 10 a day for me. So that means every single day, 10 cards are selling, 7 cards are selling, 6 cards are selling, whatever it is, but something's going to sell every single day. Makes it really nice, especially when your eBay page has good reviews on it, good stuff like that. Trusted seller, a top seller, something like that will more than likely not will keep getting their customers. Like I said, I have one guy who's bought 30, 40 cards from me, and he comes back all the time. Anytime I'm doing an auction, it's funny. I'm sitting there watching it. I'll be watching it. Oh, all right, there he is. Yep, and he won. And of course, so you build a nice clientele. You're always nice with every customer. Me, unless you really, 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 really make me mad, it doesn't even matter if you're a little scummy or something like that. I always leave good reviews. Always leave a good review unless you did get scammed or something like that. Then go ahead, leave a bad review for that. But other than that, guys, really not much to it. Just make sure you have a nice background on your pictures. Make sure you got cards that will sell. Make sure that you have cards that are worth something. And again, if your card's necessary, $1, $2, put them in a big lot. A lot can be anything. A lot can be 20. A lot can be 9. A lot can be 6. Right. So I'll just keep showing you some of the stuff that I am selling right now. So right, I have 6 Eevee GX cards. These are the Black Star promos that you get from the. Actually, I got a box right here that you get from the tag team. That you get from this box, and I bought quite a few of these boxes. So yeah, I have all 6 of these right now listed for $17.99. The last sold for 7 was like $31. So, like I said, I went low. The price I was willing to get rid of them, all that for $17.99, and then I'll just see it from there. So I've got 6 days left on it to see where it goes. Same thing with the other tag team. You got the Espeon ones, and then you have the Darkrai Umbreon. You got Espeon and Deoxys and Darkrai and Umbreon. What else? Japanese cards. Gym first edition Japanese cards. You got Gym Hero set cards. You have base set first edition factory sealed cards. Thick stamp, non-thick stamp. You got base set other cards, hollow cards, whatever it is, guys. Your cards will sell. Pokemon cards, like I said, every single day, it's like stocks. They fluctuate in price. So, one day, your Hollow Charizard Evolution card will sell for $150. The next day, $80. It changes all the time. Prices are constantly changing. When more and more cards are coming out, your prices are going to constantly fluctuate. But with all that being said, guys, I hope this video helped you on how to sell your Pokemon cards. And if it did, please leave me a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to the channel for more daily content on Pokemon. I would say maybe not tomorrow. I think tomorrow might be a Let's Play, but then the next day I'll do a pack opening for you guys. So with all that being said, peace out and have a good day. And one more thing before I sign out here. I will be leaving a link down below to my eBay page, so feel free to go check out my cards, and hope you guys have a good day.